As the phenomenon continued, people began questioning its authenticity. Journalists uncovered peculiar inconsistencies about the story's origins. While the psychiatrist's office in New York was mentioned frequently, no clear records of the psychiatrist or the initial patient ever surfaced. Critics argued that the entire story might be fabricated, an elaborate experiment perhaps, or a viral marketing ploy that had taken on a life of its own. Yet, the stories kept coming. People swore they had never seen the image before encountering it in their dreams. Some even provided details about the man's demeanor, gestures, and speech that hadn't been described in the circulated sketch or accompanying articles. It was as though they were tapping into a shared hidden source, a subconscious pool where the man resided. As the forgotten encounters. Many reported dreams that seemed insignificant at first, but took on deeper meaning over time. A truck driver in Kansas recalled dreaming of the man while stuck at a rest stop during a snowstorm. In the dream, the man sat beside him in the cab, staring out into the storm and muttering a single phrase, "Stay here." When the driver awoke, he hesitated but decided to heed the warning. Hours later, he learned of a massive pile-up on the highway he had planned to take. A musician in London dreamed of playing her violin in a vast, empty auditorium. The man stood in the shadows, his face illuminated faintly by a flickering spotlight. He didn't speak, but pointed at her bow, which she realized was frayed. The next day, she inspected her bow and found it cracked, a break that might have ruined her performance at an important audition. These subtle, life-altering moments made skeptics pause. Could all of these people be lying or influenced by suggestion? Or was there something deeper at play, a force binding their experiences together in the intangible world of dreams? The Dreamwalker theory. Over time, believers began to coalesce around a more mystical interpretation of the man's identity. They dubbed him a Dreamwalker, a being who existed outside the boundaries of reality, slipping into the subconscious of those he chose to visit. Some claimed he was benevolent, guiding people to safety or offering profound wisdom. Others believed he was a trickster, toying with human emotions for reasons beyond comprehension. A small but devoted community formed online, dedicated to uncovering the truth about him. They shared dream journals, analyzed the patterns of his appearances, and even attempted coordinated efforts to summon him in their dreams. In these forums, the man became less of a mystery and more of a spiritual figure, a symbol of the interconnectedness of human experience, the invisible threads binding us together in the realm of dreams. A darker truth. But not all dreams of the man were benign. As the years passed, the tone of some testimonials grew darker. People began reporting unsettling encounters, the man's once neutral expression twisting into a malevolent grin, his gestures turning erratic and threatening. One man in Moscow claimed the dream began innocently enough, with the man sitting across from him in a brightly lit diner. As they talked, the man's face began to change. His features melted and shifted, becoming distorted yet still recognizable. His voice, once calm, deepened into a guttural rasp. The dreamer woke up in a panic, gasping for air, only to feel as though someone was watching him from the shadows of his room. Another woman in Cape Town recounted a recurring nightmare where the man chased her through a dark forest. Every time she tripped and fell, he would stand over her, pointing silently toward an unseen path. The terror of his presence lingered even after she awoke, leaving her unsure if his intent was to harm her or help her escape something worse. The unanswered question. Despite decades of debate, the truth about this man remains elusive. Was he a hoax, born from an overactive imagination and the viral power of the internet? Or was he something more, a projection of the collective unconscious, a visitor from another plane, or a mirror reflecting the fears and hopes buried deep within us all? The man continues to appear in dreams, his face as haunting and enigmatic as ever. For those who see him, the experience is unforgettable. His presence raises questions that linger long after waking, questions without easy answers. Who is he? Why does he come? And most chilling of all, will he ever leave? Perhaps tonight, when you close your eyes and drift into the quiet recesses of your mind, you'll find yourself face to face with him. And when you wake, the memory of his presence may haunt you, leaving you to wonder if the dream was really yours alone, or if he's been waiting for you all along.